Very good afternoon from wherever you're watching us from. This is Stevomba show, and today I have a special guest that I would like us to interact with. So you know how we do it. In the count of 3, if you've not subscribed to this channel, please do so. So our guest today is Bornface Wahome, a youth and also a motivational speaker. In fact, he is also an author. He had just published his new book, which I'm going to share with you. So kindly watch this video till the end. So, Bwana Bornface.
Yes.
Karibu sana.
Asante sana.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've heard so much about you, my friend.
Yeah, I'm so much happy you've heard about Bornface.
Yes. the love that you have for the youths.
Yeah. That's what I do in my YouTube channel.
Yes.
And also in my social media, Facebook, Instagram. Yeah, I like posting and talking to
I
people.
do follow you a lot. Yeah. You are touching lives.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
So tell us, maybe to those who are watching us today, maybe you can introduce yourself. Tell us who is Bornface. Yeah. Where do you come from? What do you do? Who is Bornface?
So, my name is Bornface Wahome. I am a teacher by profession. I was a student at Chuka University, did Bachelor's of Education, English and Literature. At the moment, I'm teaching at Baricho Boys High School in Kirinyaga County. And apart from teaching, I do write poetry, I do write music, and I have written a book that is new in the market. Inaitwa Stand Out or Fit In.
Stand Out or Fit In?
Yes, a book for young people. Yeah, the drive was how I see young people. Some young people are lost in the world. Yeah, and that's how I came up with this book, Stand Out or Fit In.
That's great, Mr. Bornface.
Yes.
Actually, through social media, Facebook, I've been following you. I've seen some of the things you've been doing. And I thought it wise that it is important you share your story with the youths out there. But even before we go through your book, Stand Out or Fit In, I would like you to tell me what inspires you. Why the love for the youths? Why that much love for the youths?
Okay, so it's because I'm also a young person, and I have friends who have been lost into drugs and the issues about relationships. There are so many young people who have made decisions while young as teenagers, and the decision they made is affecting them till now. And there was a book I was reading some time back, and it said sometimes when the people who are 55 years old, 60 years old, there are people in that age, they regret the choices they made when they were teenagers. So that's how I came up with this book, Stand Out or Fit In, because of seeing young people making choices that would affect them later in life. Yes.
I think that's quite encouraging. And as youths, that's what we need.
Yes.
So you coming up or publishing this book, bringing so many ideas together to help the youth is actually wonderful. And I have to congratulate you for that.
Thank you.
Now, to my viewers, the book we are talking about is right here. It is called Stand Out or Fit In. So when I look at this book, because I've read it from the first chapter to the last chapter, and I can assure you, Bornface, you've really done a wonderful job here.
Thank you.
And to the youths out there, if you need a copy of this, maybe later on towards the end, Bornface will tell us where you can purchase it from, whether it is online or maybe the available bookshops where you can get your copy and read it. And I can assure you, if you read this book, your life will never be the same again. You'll be transformed instantly. So, Mr. Bornface, this book has got close to 12 chapters. And from the first chapter to the last chapter, you talk about different issues affecting the youths. And as I was reading this book, there are some chapters that I've highlighted that are somehow catchy. And I feel maybe we can go through them shortly in the next few minutes. Will not take much. And the first one is chapter 6. Now Now, chapter 6 of this book talks about relationships and sexuality.
Yeah.
And this is what I want us to, focus on. Because most of the youths nowadays, be it in primary school, be it in high school, and even those who are in colleges, they're basically affected in one way or the other when it comes to relationships.
Yeah.
Those who are in universities, some of them have even committed suicide, or you find maybe the two lovers, one decides, we call it axing, yeah? You chop someone's head just because. So love is something that is complicated, especially when it comes to relationships, eh?
Yes.
So this thing actually affects even primary pupils.
Yeah.
Not to talk of high school students.
Yes.
So in your own view, what inspired you? What, just in short words, eh?
Yeah.
This chapter, because it's quite catchy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite catchy. So just tell us in few sentences why you thought it was wise to discuss something and maybe educate the youths about relationships and sexuality.
Yeah.
Why are the youths so much into relationships?
Yeah, so this topic about relationships and sexuality is one of the topics that maybe with your parent, with your father or mother, maybe it's hard to start that conversation. And with my interaction with the boys, where I was teaching in Moranga, I would see they were struggling with the issue about relationships and sexuality, and it is an issue that affects their education life.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So I remember there was some students. I asked them, what would you do if you knew that your girlfriend was pregnant? I remember asking them that question, and one of the students told me that what he would do if he knows that the girlfriend is pregnant, they would take the child to the grandparent, the grandmother.
What?
The second one told me that if he knows that she's pregnant, so what he would do, he would take the child to a children's home. It's funny. And then the last one said that if he knows that the girlfriend is pregnant, he would run away.
Run away?
Yes.
Completely disappear.
Yeah, so it's something they are copying from the society. What they have seen other people doing. So, and relationship is something that is really affecting them in their studies, like you said, even in universities.
Yes.
Yeah, it's something that is affecting everyone. The issue of relationship and sexuality is affecting everyone. So if you are able to navigate through this stage well, then you may be able to stand in life. Yeah. There are many people who can't be role models in that aspect of relationship and sexuality. Yeah. So as a young person, if you are able to stand in this aspect, then you can stand in every other area of your life.
Yes. That's very true. That's very true. And as I was telling you, even in primary schools, we've had several cases.
Yeah.
You find that these learners, instead of focusing on their education, they start having boyfriend, girlfriend. They start writing letters. I love you. What? The same with high school. You are a high school teacher, and these things do happen. Now, what advice do you have for these kind of people? Is it the right time to have a girlfriend, a boyfriend?
The feeling to be attracted to the opposite sex is normal.
Yeah,
I remember having those feelings when I was in primary school. And I had a crush. But even in high school, there is that girl I would see very beautiful. So the feeling is normal. Very normal. But the question that I used to ask myself is, where will I take her after I'm dating this girl, and I'm in high school or primary school, or even part of the university? I was asking my parents for pocket money. Everything they are providing for me. So if I take her, then what next? Where will I take her?
You don't even have a house.
I don't have a house.
Upkeep.
So all that.
It's stressful.
All that. It was part of what that drove me in making the choice of controlling my sexuality and my relationship life. And also my drive for I desire to go to the university, and I knew the issue about relationships, especially in high school, will affect my education. Yes, so that I knew that would affect young people.
Yeah, that's very true, Bornface.
Yes.
I just want to take you back a little, right?
Yes.
You find that during our days when we were growing up,
Yeah.
we were never actually not that much affected when it comes to relationships. In fact, walking with an opposite sex was like a crime. But in the in the current society, the modern society, even in the market places, maybe as you're just doing your own, you just find a girl and a boy somewhere holding hands, and they don't care at all. Even when an elderly person is passing.
Yeah.
Is it that our society is rotten, or what is happening? Or maybe too much exposure, or tell me in your own view, because it is different. Our days, in fact, I didn't even have a girlfriend until I joined college.
You know, you've just reminded me of something. When I was in class 3, I think, there was a time I was showing a girl a grasshopper that was somewhere up there. So what I did, I held her shoulder to show her. So, and then there was a certain child who was passing by. So that child, tabia mbaya. So I remember that child went and told the teacher, and I was beaten. But I don't know why I was beaten. And then the girl, when she went home, she was beaten by the mother.
Yes.
So from then on, I feared girls. I feared girls. So those times, I think the parents were harsh.
Yeah.
They were harsh. And then the other thing is, in our current generation, we find that they are exposed by technology, movies.
Yes.
Yeah, they are exposed, and we have young parents now. You know, maybe they also copy from their parents.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and what they see other people doing. So that is one of the things that is affecting most young people. They are lacking mentors who can show them the right way, the right thing, at the right time to do it.
Because I also believe these young ones nowadays, what they do, they tend to copy them from somewhere.
Yes.
For example, you just talked about maybe social media, TV, some of the programs there nowadays, they tend to copy what is happening there. So I don't know the best way we can solve this, but I can appeal to the parents out there. It is important, you know, or you get to understand your child better, and you advise accordingly. Nowadays, even beating a child is a problem.
Yes.
Even you cannot discipline your neighbor's child. During our days, you commit an offense, even your neighbor will come and beat you. But nowadays, you try, you are in for it. So I think we as parents, we really need to think about it. But above all, let us teach our children the right way, what they need to know.
And it is also good to monitor your child. And to monitor your child, monitor the friends that he's working with. Through monitoring, you will see the change, if there is any change with your child. But if you don't spend some time with your children, then you'll never know when they are changing. Because they are influenced by the environment. They are influenced by their friends. They could be maybe he could be a very good child, but when he goes to high school, he finds other children that are indisciplined. So it is good to monitor your child. Ask the class teacher, and when he comes home, monitor them. Speak to them, spend time with them, go for coffee dates with your child. I think
and again, as we wind up on this topic, you find that modern parents nowadays, there are some things that they cannot discuss with their children. I don't know, because they fear or what, especially when it comes to relationships. There are some things they need to guide them, but they fail on their side. And most of the time you find that children of nowadays, they spend most of their time in school, just with their teachers. And when they come home, the parents are not there to spend time with them, or maybe they are pushed to go and see their grandparents. So even as parents, we are also failing on our side. So I am actually appealing to parents out there, please always monitor what your children are doing. So as we wind up, there's this topic that is really affecting the youths. Youth, I mean those who have attained the age of 18 years and above. Drugs. Drugs. By the way, even in high school, Just the other day, there was this, which school was that? I think it was in Kisii. I don't know if the Kisii boys or which school, where a child reported with, I don't know, it was a packet of bang or, you know, such kind of things. Eh?
Yeah.
So I'm actually wondering, how best can we help these learners? That engaging in drugs is not the right way. Taking bang or alcohol is not the right way.
Yeah.
So what is your advice to them?
Okay.
Maybe those who are already involved in drugs, or those who are planning and think that, okay, if I take maybe one puff, I'll be okay. It is good for the road, as they say.
Yeah. So I always told my students,
Yes.
I have never seen a drug addict who is handsome or beautiful. So drugs, they destroy the beauty,
Yeah.
and the creativity of God.
Mm.
Yeah. You know, when you are into drugs, someone will suspect you for something wrong, yeah?
Yeah.
Because of how you look, yeah?
Mm.
So the drugs, they really affect your life. And something else is the people you see who are drug addicts. Those people, they once it was fun that time.
At that moment.
Yes, it was fun, but right now they are struggling to get out of it.
In fact, they're even regretting.
Yeah.
Some of them, yeah.
And you also find the drunkards giving you advice, usifanye kama mimi. Yeah, you find that. So it is good that you observe them, what they are doing. Do you want your life to be like that? Ukiona mtu amelala kwa mtaro, he was not going there ili alale kwa mtaro. Yeah? It is an addiction that has forced them to do that. So my advice to them is know that God created you, and through by using drugs, it affects every aspect of your life. Financially, it affects your family. It affects a lot of things in your life.
Even health wise.
Yes. Hiyo pesa unaweza fanya kitu nayo. Sio lazima utumie drugs.
Ni ukweli. So
I think kuna a friend of mine. A friend of mine sahi anaokotanga karatasi hapa tao. Na tulikuwa classmates. He was bright. But right now tukipatana ni saidia 10. Probably that person, when he was taking drugs, hakuwa anaona atafika hapo.
Consequences.
Yeah, but right now hawezi fanya anything. Amejaribu kusaidiwa, hasaidiki. Yeah, so I think instead of taking your life when the rehab, you can control yourself. God has given us self-control as a fruit of the Holy Spirit. And you can say no to drugs.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Say no to drugs.
Yes.
So maybe my last chapter, this is chapter 10, importance of education.
Yes.
In our society nowadays, there are those people who still believe that education is not important. On my side, I've seen the benefits of education.
Yeah.
If you meet someone who is educated and someone who is uneducated, you bring these people together, you'll see the difference.
Yes.
But there are those people who feel that even without education, I can make it. But it is also true that those people who are not learned, but they have made it in life.
Yes.
So what is your advice to the youths, those who are thinking that education is not important in their lives?
Okay. You know, I think the reason why young people say that education is not important is because most educated young people are not employed.
Absolutely.
But I think the purpose of education, one of the main purposes of education is to be employed, but it is not the only reason why you are being educated. You can also go to school and employ yourself. You empower yourself through going to school. And I usually tell my students that you can be an educated DJ. You can be an educated dancer. You can be an educated comedian. So education,
even footballer.
Yes.
Yes, it's possible.
Yeah, so you can do the two. You can do the education and the talent. Education, it will help you to do your talent much better. Yes.
That's true.
And if you make money and get rich, you will be able to manage your money much better when you are educated.
your finances,
Yes.
your properties, everything.
Yes, so one of the main reasons why Kenyans or most young people say that education is not important is because they are not employed. But you can also employ others. You can also create employment. Education, it helps us in so many other ways. You are able to communicate with people from different countries. It brings people together from different tribes. Yeah.
That is very true. Maybe if I can chip in, just the other day, I traveled home, and I met this young boy who was in the verge of dropping out of school.
Yes.
So I was told to talk to him and try to advise him.
Yeah.
But the boy told me, you see, I think education is not important, because even those who are learned, those who went to universities, some of them are here, and we normally do the casual jobs with them. So why should I go to school? Some of them are graduates and they still ride boda here. So according to me, if I can get my 50 shillings, my 100 shillings, it's better for me. I can save and start a business. So I don't know whether this person was actually reasoning the right way or not. But above all, we talked and he accepted and said, okay, if that's the reason, let me go back to school, let me finish my high school, and if I get good grades, let me proceed. Because you never know. You cannot compare yourself with your neighbor or your friend. No, you have your own destiny in your hands.
I also tell my students,
yes.
I tell them, bahati ya mwenzio, usilalie mlango wazi.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Because in the same school, you find some people who are doing well in the media industry. They do comedy, some are MCs. He never did well in the education, but they are doing well, they are making money. So you find other students are trying to copy him. They think they will do the same thing and get money like him. So bahati ya mwenzio, usilalie mlango wazi. Do your thing. Do the right thing at the right time. That's why your parent brought you to school. Just do it. And do your level best instead of regretting later in life.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thanks for those good encouraging words.
Yes.
Lastly, lastly, tell us, where can we get this book? Maybe there's someone outside there who like to buy this book.
Okay.
Stand out or fit in. Please tell us.
Yes. I can deliver this book in every part of the country. And hata ukitaka iende overseas, we can do that.
I like that, yes.
All right. So in Kirinyaga, you can get the book at UTQ. UTQ Cyber. It is actually opposite Catholic Church Junction. So you can get a book from there. It is just 300 shillings. You can also call me via 0706 147720. You can inbox and then I will know how to deliver it to you.
Actually, I'll drop your number.
Yes.
Below.
Hapo sasa.
Hapa kwa description.
Hapo kwa pesa,
Ndio sasa. Actually, this book is meant for the youths, and not even the youths, even parents. You can still buy this book and see what it has. It has a lot to offer. So
actually, I'm the one who has written that book, but I have read it 5 times. It also talks to me. Because there are decisions I should make in life. And one of the ways to give myself advice is through writing. Ile kitu naambia wengine pia mimi na
si ndio hiyo sasa.
Nisaidia pia. Nilikuwa naambia wengine na mimi nisaidia.
Which is true.
Yes. So you need to read this book. It's a good one.
Hata
kuna kasichana fulani tulipatana na kenyewe Karoti Girls. After I did the preaching, kakuja mbio kaniambia ninunuliwa hii book na my parent. Na one of the topics ili ilinifurahisha sana ni fear versus fearlessness.
Fear versus fearlessness.
Akaniambia hiyo topic ili transform her life. So read this book.
Absolutely. I wish we had more time. We could have looked at it because it happens. Basically, in secondary schools, you feel, no, I cannot do it in mathematics. I cannot do it in English. You know. But when you stay put and you stay focused and say, okay, fear not, I can do it.
Exactly.
And it is possible.
It's possible.
All right. So I want you to look at this camera and to tell our viewers outside there to subscribe. This is Stevomba show.
Kwa hii show ya Stevo. nataka ufanye usubscribe and get more transformational inspiring
stories,
videos and meeting great people. Huyu msee anapatana na watu wa nguvu sana.
Thank you.
And I'm so much happy to be part. Hii video najua tutaiona hata wakati uko 60.
Absolutely.
Yes, you are doing a good job.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, I think this is the right thing to do. We are actually inspiring youths, and in this channel we'll be getting more people, successful people with different stories to share with you, just to motivate you. So the only way to support this channel is by subscribing, liking, sharing the videos, right? So keep touch. Maybe Bonnie, before we close, you can tell us maybe if you have a Twitter handle, maybe Facebook page. You can as well get some followers, you know.
Nilishindwa kutumia Twitter handle lakini natumianga Facebook.
Oh, Facebook.
Na Instagram, lakini Twitter tutafungua tukiomoka. So, najiita Bonjun.
Bonjun.
Yes, Bonjun. Hiyo ndio my Facebook page. Na Instagram pia Bonjun.
Na YouTube channel?
Na YouTube channel ni Bonjun. By the way ninakuanga nimeandika love songs. Unapoenda subscribe. Niko na tu love song hapo. Kuna ka song niliimbia wife. By the way I'm married.
Na uringi.
Uvuta hiyo part ya by the way. Iko inafaa kwa by the way.
You are married?
I'm married.
Good.
Yes, I'm married. Na nilikuwa namtumia 2 poems na 2 love songs. Na one of the love songs iko kwa hiyo YouTube channel Bonjun.
Yes. Thank you so much. So my viewers, until next time, stay put.
Stay put.
Yes.